Welcome to the Two Alphas Talk. Are you ready? It may be a little too late, but it may be time to stock up on guns and ammo when we
Yep.
return.
Boom. We're back, people.
There it
All right.
is. There it is.
Yep, we're back. Trying to get all my shit together. And damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody knows what's going on.
What's that?
I said, no, everyone knows what's going on.
Oh, they knows what's going
Should
on.
know by now.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
should know.
Yeah, they should. And also posting in the two streams, YouTube and Twitch, the Rumble channel. So if you guys want to go over there and follow us on those two channels, you guys go ahead and do that too. And but before we do that, we're going to talk about some stuff that's happening, and we're going to talk about our sponsor. So let me. Always got to find this. And one of the biggest things we want you guys to do. You see this little thing right here? It says "Right to Bear." You guys go there and sign up. And if you carry conceal any type of firearm you carry every day for self-protection or defense, you need some type of legal protection. And Right to Bear is it. It's you go in there and they got different types of options you can have, but it's nationwide um, uh, legal protection that you can have a lawyer or bail money on hand if you get involved into any type of shooting or an event.
Mhm. Even
And
karate.
even
if
what
you
now?
physically hand to
Oh,
hand.
yes, right. Even hand to hand. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and a lot of them won't do that. And also, too, um, even if you found guilty, they will not ask for the money to be reimbursed,
Right.
like some of the Lost Shield companies do.
Damn, you just said the name.
Oh, I did. Oh, my bad, bro. But use the code word Saber, and
Mhm.
you'll get a significant discount
Yes.
per year. So check it out. Doesn't
Yep.
hurt.
It won't. Do the comparison,
hmm Yeah, do
and
the
you'll find.
comparisons.
Yep.
And me and Al are members. So
Hmm. Yep.
yeah,
We won't. We stand behind when we tell you to do something, or
right.
offer it to you. Should I say? We
hmm
can't force you to do, but we offer it
That's
to you.
right.
Yep.
So there you go, Al.
There we go. And come on out this weekend, Sunday. If you signed up, we'll see you. If you haven't, you'll see you on the next time. But we're going to give you a preview as to how we run things out on the range, and we're going to have a good time. But in the meantime, and one-on-one training. We charge the same price that we charge you if we had 17 people in a group, but yet we give you undivided attention in our private one-on-one classes. All three of us are available. You can sign up, designate who you want to work with, or you just want to spin the wheel, and we'll make sure somebody's out there to greet you at South River Gun Club. Any of the topics that you see, we can perform all those classes for small groups. Hell, we do it for one person. I've got a group of guys, and they're training. We get up to maybe three at a time, and they're training. And sometimes, two guys can't make it, and only one. We keep on going. We get the training in. It's different every time. It's not the same thing. We're not just going to drone in one thing over and over and over again. And it's an understanding of what we have, the two of us, and as well as Omar, of our knowledge in firearms, and then we present it to you guys in a way that's practical and it's useful. Like every time we go through a drill, we explaining why you would do this. Every time we make a motion with a firearm, even the legality. We don't get deep into it because you have to learn that on your own. I can't tell you when and not to shoot somebody. I can tell you the circumstances that people have done in the past, and will legally justify, but I can't tell you each and every time. But the next thing is we got the 22nd. Scroll down a little bit. We got the
Okay.
22nd of October coming up, and that's going to
28th.
be 28th. Okay, we got the
28th.
28th, and that's the Stop the Bleed Medical and Rifle Battle Class. Beyond gunshot wounds, this class is for you. If you don't understand how to stop bleeding, not just using a tourniquet, but it's really gauze, triage, keeping people from going into shock. What happens when they do go into shock? You'll get a glimpse of all that out here, and popping smoke, and movement, and working within a group. For $150, you can't get that all day class. Training with firearms and learning how to save lives. Man, you can't get it. You can't get any better than that. Rifle and PCC class. That's available as one of the topics. You want to come out and run your PCC or your rifle, let us know and we get that going. And then our final class of the year will be rifle and tactical gear class. You bought anything this year and you decided that this is going to be added to your kit, bring it out on November 18th and see if it holds up. I guarantee you will put it through a test. I don't know if it's going to fail or if it succeed, but we've had plenty of people bring out different gear of maybe questionable origin, and it didn't pass. It didn't pass, and people made changes, and they realized that I was about to risk my life with this, and yet it failed in training. So it's a good course. Bring it out. Again, 6 people. You have to be an intermediate or better. You have to, if we don't know you, you have to be vetted by one of us so that we recognize that you have the skill set to do it. Because this guy above me, he'll get out of here. Gotta go. Because you're holding everybody else up. And we've been there. We've been there before, and we've done it. So it's true. You can ask anybody, especially the people that don't like us. People we've had to put off the range because just didn't meet muster, and it happens.
Yeah.
Everybody's not built equally.
And this class was actually taught on active duty, and a lot of the techniques were used in practical exercises in real life. And I lived by this stuff, drilled it, I taught it, and a lot of my soldiers taught it to other soldiers. So, and same with the medical class, I was a combat lifesaver also from my reconnaissance job. So I administer IVs and all types of other stuff, anything except for medicine. We learn how to keep guys alive. So, so I have the skill set to teach it and know what I'm doing. The meet and greet class, the meet and greet is not a class. The meet and greet event is closed. We have enough participants for the meet and greet, so we're not taking anybody else. And if you didn't get in, we'll see you next year. And Pro 2A Tactical will not be coming out to the event, so we're gonna make use of that 300. Huh?
We'll make provisions.
Yeah, we make
We're
provision.
gonna have a good time.
Yeah, you're gonna have a great time. We're gonna put some lot longer stages in, and have a lot more shooting. Because I'm typing up the round count now, and I'm still not even close to getting to the 300, but we will. And so go to the Top Laser Engraving. You can watch that video. Make leather patches, plaques, dog tags, magazines, and other novelty items. Hit me up, sabertentactile@gmail.com, and we'll go from there. And we're also, while we're here, we thank WK for watching the show on Rumble and YouTube. I mean, this guy is incredible. You guys, we'll see him out on Sunday. He'll be out there, and he's going to be helping us out. So, let's see what else. We're on Twitch. We're on Kick. We're still on Kick out. Believe it or not. I am so surprised. We're still on Kick. You know what I'm saying? And we're on YouTube right now. And we're also on the Mighty Rumble. So you guys on YouTube and Rumble, hit the thumbs up button on both those shows, and so we can get up in the algo. So it helps us out a lot. And also, if you're on Rumble, please subscribe to the Two Alphas Talk channel, so you guys know when we come on. You'll get a notification, just like on YouTube, and you'll see a lot of stuff that comes up. And also, you'll receive an email when we do post a new show. It'll come up in a email format, letting you know, hey, these guys just posted a new show. Right. And so it's a lot of benefits for being a subscriber. All right, so you guys see the caption, right? You guys know what's going on in the world. What's going on in the world is not good. And is it too late for you guys to be stockpiling or buying ammo?
If you haven't already.
Yeah, if you haven't did it already. The what's the guy? The Hamas has issued a terror threat to the world. That tomorrow, Friday the 13th, they want these guys to be pulling a terrorist attack all over the world. So I have told my family, stay away from public areas, and at least tomorrow, possibility all the weekend, because it's not just going to happen tomorrow. It's going to probably happen all weekend. The local police and a lot of municipalities have taken it very serious, and you will not see, but if you notice, there's a heightened police presence everywhere.
You can see it in the news, especially places like New York, Philadelphia, even Atlanta.
Yeah, they're everywhere. And I think they're probably all working. They probably pulled everybody that's off back on for at least the weekend. And because we don't, what we saw happen overseas was devastating. And what we're hearing they did was even worse, because those people don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're ever in that situation, do not allow yourself to be captured. You know what I'm saying? To be taken hostage. I mean, fight. And they're gonna kill you anyway. So you might as well fight. Yeah. So, and within that case, now you guys say, okay, what should I have with me? You know what I'm saying? If you you need ammunition, you need a handgun, you need a possibility, you need a rifle. You're not going to be able to get anything beyond that at this late stage in the game.
Right.
And
not legally.
Not legally. Yeah. And I just got through looking online before the show came on, and I've noticed prices of 5.56 just jumped, and they just went up from $75 to $100 for 800 rounds even, and so I'm just like, oh man, so they're taking advantage of this. So what you need to have if most of you guys carry concealed, and here we go. WK said, buy your guns, ammo, mags, and accessories now, people, within the next 30 to 60 days. Things are going to get scarce. Yes, because what's going to happen here, if the United States start to fund Israel with support and ammunition, that's the 5.56. They carry 5.56s just like we do. And so you're looking at 5.56 is going to be, it's going to go sky high. It's going to get very scarce. Israel, he said 5.56 is going up because of global conflict. It is going to keep going up fast, and it is. The prices have just jumped within the last 2 days, and I'm surely seeing it. I don't know if a lot of the companies have stopped the free shipping, but if you guys don't buy anything in the next couple of weeks, you will not be able to get it. So you better be hanging on to either to what you have and go to convert over to 22s, or you better go out this weekend and try to get as much as you can. I wouldn't try to order it. Um, I would try to go to some local places first and see if you can get it at some good prices. And WK saying 223 prices are going up also. Yeah, because a lot of people don't want to pay, what is it, 47 cents around for 556, something like
Almost.
that. Yeah. And so
Um, you can look if you look around. You can still. Still seeing it at 28 and 31 cents a bullet, but the
for
shipping and handling is a
556,
little high. Uh-huh.
but they're charging you shipping though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean, it's still available at this point.
right. It's still available.
If you're this person at this end of the deal, you pay what you get what you pay for,
You get what you pay for.
and
Yeah.
you're gonna probably pay. I think one way or the other.
Yeah, and some of these
I'll take
places are
Lord.
charging $50 to $75 for shipping.
Oh,
You know?
it's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. So your savings is gone. You
Hmm.
know, you didn't
Right.
save anything.
They slide that in there, and then when you get it, and they show that bill, you might as well be paying 40 cents or
Hmm.
75 cents a bullet. Hell.
So it's easier just to go locally and just buy it locally and pick it up and
Hmm.
don't wait for the shipping. You
And
know.
sometimes also, like in this case, I found it for 39 cents a bullet, right?
Hmm.
Free shipping and handling, but I never heard of Wild Horse Ammo.
Oh, I wouldn't buy from them.
Exactly. So now you got to
No,
vet that company and
no.
make sure that your money's not being snatched by
Hmm.
three teenagers in a basement somewhere.
Hmm. Just making up these fake websites while Bill Hickok gun
Exactly.
store, something like that. And be
Hmm.
very leery of these guys selling ammunition on Instagram.
Oh my God,
Those are
that's
fake
crazy.
companies. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
know
saying?
people who've gotten beat by that.
Yeah, those are not real companies. They're fake companies, and they're saying they got everything in stock and this in stock at 10 years ago prices. So that's telling you right there. That's a huge red flag not to buy any ammunition from those guys. Go to your local gun store if you can find it. If you can find 223 and 556 at $9 to $10 a box, 20, pick it up, get it. And because with you driving down there, you don't have to pay shipping. If you're a law enforcement or military, a veteran, you can possibly get your discounts. If you just ask them if they give those discounts. You know what I'm saying? And if they
Right.
don't, and if you're not law enforcement or veteran, you will. If you buying it for $9.99 a box or $10 a box, just go ahead and buy it. You know what I'm saying? And you can get at least for that. Just go ahead and get you 500 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think that sets you up pretty good right there with 500 rounds. You know,
Yeah. Get you started, and at least you can practice a little bit with that.
hmm you can practice a little bit, then you have a little bit left over for if anything happens to protect yourself. And when you get the chance, just go back in and try to buy some more because we don't have the convenience of going to Walmart anymore. You know, Walmart stopped selling this stuff. Not unless
Hmm.
you go out in some of the rural areas. I heard the rural areas in Walmart still have ammunition. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
223 and 556, like
That's what I
semi-auto
heard.
ammo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
I
And
mean, you got the box stores, your Cabela's, your Dick's. No,
mhm.
Dick's doesn't sell ammo no more neither.
No, they stopped. They stopped selling ARs
Some of them,
completely.
there's one out in Walton County, I believe, that sells guns still.
Yeah, so some of the
I think it's
WalMarts
an
even sell
independent.
guns in the rural areas. You know,
Hmm.
so
Right.
but you just got to get out there. I think that Covington out there off of the 20 out there by where you turn to go to the Range South River.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they still sell guns in there. You know, because that's considered country. You know,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it is.
yeah. So um, I think I'm next time I'm out that way, I might stop in there and see if they have something. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but gun prices, everybody is offering gun prices right now. Especially handguns. There's tons of handguns out there being offered at a pretty good steal. I think they're averaging between $300 and $500 right now. And
Right.
but if you already a gun enthusiast and have handguns, go to your local pawn shops and pick up some guns. You know what I'm saying? You can probably get a good deal. If you go in there and some of you guys got thousands of dollars to throw away because I know you do. You know what I'm saying? But you can go in there and say, I want a handgun, I want a shotgun, and I want a rifle. You know what I'm saying? If they have all three or all two, then you go in there and offer them a deal and say, hey, I give you this for those two. And see, can you work a deal? You know, it's a pawn shop. I mean, they're going to work a deal. They use guns. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well go and take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Don't worry about the blemishes and stuff. As long as it's still functional and you can check the action and stuff on the firearm. I mean, buy reputable guns. You know, Winchester, Remington, Glock, Smith and Wesson. Don't buy
Canic.
Canon, yeah, or Springfield. Yeah, you know what I'm
There
saying?
we go.
Canon. I haven't, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I know you and WK. I'm gonna call you out there too because I'll see you on Sunday. I know you two fine Americans and when you stick to your American guns, but there's nothing wrong with that damn Canic, bro. And I'm not a Canic fan. I don't own one. I think I shot Ricks a few times. That was it. I'm not big in Canic, but I see people who they can't get
There's a lot of people.
Glock. And Canon came in at under $400, and guess what?
Oh, Canon came in under $200. $200.
See,
Yeah.
well, and then they had the recall, and then they came back,
They had the recall.
and then the gun was under $400, and that was their big thing. It was they were selling a lot of guns. But now, if you go look at the Canon, you're seeing $475. There's even one for $1,000.
Well, they got the competition version.
Yeah, that's a $1,000 gun, and so they're right in the thick of things now, and they're not looking for that economical market anymore. They came in with that, and if you got in on it back, I don't know, 4 or 5
Everybody
years ago,
that carries a Canon, they say they love it.
right?
You know?
I mean, I told you this one guy told me he sold. I just said that's good for you. He was really trying to bash me. I sold all my Glocks and I went to Canik. Okay, that's great.
So you got a bunch of Canics.
Yeah, I'm talking. Buy a holster for it. Where you gonna find a holster? Because he was really getting into shooting. I said, okay. He was doing competitions out of South River, and I said, find a holster for it, bro. Unless you get a custom made holster, you can't go buy off the rack. You can go anywhere, and if you find Safari Land, you know they have a Glock holster for you.
Yeah, and Blade Tech too.
Yeah, you're not
Blade
gonna
Tech.
find look for a Canik
Crossbreed. Yeah,
mag pouches. You can do a double mag pouch, pretty much generic anywhere. But at the same time, if you want something specific for your gun, you don't see anything with Canik written on it.
No, it says it says canned goods. You know, canned good magazine pouch. But you can always remember if you can't find magazine pouches for your guns, always go to the high speed gear stuff, and you're gonna pay a little more. They're expensive because one high speed gear pouch alone is like $35-$40.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
40. Yeah,
but you can go to eBay. I'm finding, and you can buy them used or brand new off of eBay for almost half the price. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's something you probably want to look into. But you can.
I wonder if that market, what's it called? You know what I'm talking about? The Facebook Marketplace. I wonder if they have anything like that.
Nah, I don't buy anything off of Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, yeah,
it's just so many frauds
to the general public. People don't have a vendetta against an entity.
No, I'm just saying there's been so many fraud people on there. It's just unreal. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Canik is still cheap Turkish crap, and I wouldn't trust it with my life.
I knew it was coming.
I don't own one.
Coming.
I don't own
Me
one.
neither.
I'm not gonna own one,
bro. I don't own a High Point, and I hear some. The demographics are weird with High Point too. If you've ever gone and go into like a gun store and listen to the conversation, and you'll hear, Billy Bob and Ray and Pookie all singing the praise
Ray Pookie.
of High Point. And I'm always that guy. You know, like, look, I can't touch a High
Till you
Point.
see them shoot it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know
They
they
can't
shoot,
hit anything. They can't hit
but
anything with it.
gun
You know what I'm saying?
ownership. Because when you talk to somebody, you never see them shoot. All you really dealing with is gun ownership. That's all we can do. Because if you don't think about this, bro, you and I both know the level of which we can shoot, right? When somebody else starts talking to us and we're having a conversation with them, we don't see them shoot, but they're right there equally with us. But then when we get on the range and we have to help them or we got to show them, you know, a grip or something like that, now it's like, wow, I thought you knew this. You know, we've been talking all this time, and see this dude, and dude, I'm telling you, I seen those guys out there,
Oh my
man,
God.
and
He said, are they all
they
members of
I
NAGA?
want y'all to come out. I hope they're out there Sunday. I really do, because I want you to go over there and you'll see the Prodigies and the whatever the other ones I'm trying to say, Scatato. All those guns are out there, and I'm not a member of the group, but I see them and I give them due where it is. But the thing is, the demographics with the high PZ is amazing. It's all over the board, and I mean that. Campaign they had recently, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, where they named it the Yeet Cannon. There were people coming out from all over the place with those guns. I mean, I'm never gonna own one. Never. I mean, just gonna say never. Never gonna do it. And the same thing with Canic. I'll never own a Canic neither. There's no.
Right.
I've held them, pulled the trigger on them. Like I said, I shot Ricks a few times. I would go back to Glock first. Seriously. Or even what's that one? Any of the Springfield Armory offerings, you know, they're not American made guns neither. If you want to really get down to it,
Right.
designs and everything are from another company that they just slap Springfield Arms on. It's a good idea, especially you know, until people found out about it, everybody was raving about it.
Right.
The XD is not even one of their guns. You know, and that's probably their hottest selling gun other than the 1911s. I wonder if their 1911s are made by Springfield.
Right.
They used to be back in the old days, but them days are over. You know, but yeah, you definitely ammunition, guns. If you don't have it by now, you're really late. It's, as we always try to say, never too late. But sometimes it's late. Sometimes it's late. Like if you want to sign up, and this is for a couple of people I hope are watching. If you want to sign up for Sunday, it's too late for that.
Yeah.
So
Definitely too late for Sunday.
Right, there is a time when it's too late. Everybody says it's never too late. Yeah, there is. In some situations, it is too late.
Yeah. So and ARs, a lot of you guys need ARs real bad, and a lot of you guys want to get heavy ARs. You can, but you just have to look at what are you going to get. You know what I'm saying? And how much it's going to cost you. Because a lot of these places, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're trying to go with you thinking you need the best. You know what I'm saying? And it's you can pay $1,000 for an AR. You know what I'm saying? And or more. You know, some of them, like the Daniel Defense, you look $1,700 for an AR. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So so you really gotta watch it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so if it's your first AR, go to your local gun store, and you can find some pretty good decent ARs for decent prices. And I wouldn't pay over $700 for an AR if I was buying it brand new. They're not worth it. You know what I'm saying?
People don't understand that.
Right.
Almost everything on that gun is designed to be interchangeable with the next one. So at a base level, is the same, and I don't see that big of a difference. And now we talk about match grade barrels, that's a whole different story. But when it comes to the parts that you're getting in a base level ABC gun and a base level XYZ gun, it's the same thing. But one company's bigger than the other, so they'll charge you 40% more.
Right. and it's going to do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, now you can get some bad ARs. Don't buy a plastic lower receiver.
Oh yeah, okay.
Don't buy a composite lower receiver. Don't buy a magnesium lower receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you want all your parts to be mil spec. You know what I'm saying? And mil spec is not the lowest bidder. Mil spec means it was made to military specifications. That means any part that's mil spec will change over on that firearm. If you buy non-mil spec, that means you can only buy parts from that manufacturer to work on that firearm, like bolt, charging handle, trigger assembly. Even down to the ejector ports or the locking magazine lock, slide lock release. You can only buy from them. But if you buy mil spec, you can get those parts anywhere. That's what it means. It doesn't mean the lower is bitter.
Well, it when it comes to the government, everybody knows the government's going. You got to bid low to get to the government contracts, but it's a specification, that part that's informal, and it signifies that it meets a certain standard. It gets over
Mm-hmm.
standard, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think that's where a lot of people get in because, if you're working government work, they're never going to go with the highest bidder. They're going whatever the lowest one that they can find. That's the guy that they're going for.
Right.
Sad,
Yeah.
but I mean, it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's been working all these years, and damn near decades, probably, if not centuries.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and the same thing too with uh mil spec versus commercial when it comes to AR buffer tubes.
Right.
You know, because you're gonna have more options with the mil spec than you will with the commercial. I remember in this '90s, I think they were really hot on the commercial, but it really never took off.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
There's somebody talking your language
What's that?
on the over here underneath after WK's mag all
Okay.
day.
All right.
The next
Did
one.
you put up the what did you put up here?
I got you.
Okay. Okay. Guys on another page. Springfield XD and Prodigy are made by that's Turkish and
No, that's Croatia.
Croatia. And
That one, the
that's the
when we just
That's
talked about Canik
Croatia
is
is like
Turkey.
Poland, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Springfield and the Prodigy, which is the same company, are made in Croatia.
I
There's a
thought
lot of guns. The Winchesters are owned. Winchester's owned by FN, but they sell out, and a lot of their guns, rifles, are made by Turkey and Turkish
hmm
companies.
yeah. I think it's like getting everything made in China, but
Hmm.
except going through
Oh yeah,
Turkey. Yeah, and they
Turkey, but Turkey guns, and I know you guys have your adhesion towards it, but Turkey guns have been around almost as long as the
702.
Italian guns.
Forget the Canik and Springfield. Buy a dagger or two and call it a
I told you.
day.
I
So you
told
could, which is true, because you can say, okay, if you buy a Springfield or a Canik, you can buy two daggers for that price.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
At least a
yeah,
dagger, a gun in an upper, or a gun
hmm
in a slide.
yeah. Gun in the slide. That's right. So you can't go wrong on that. And
Hmm.
Springfield 1911 and M1A1s, M1A rifles are made in the United
M1A.
States. Yeah, M1A. Yeah. Um, huh. Yeah, because the supposedly, it used to be the military alone had to have all um military companies they had to be US to make military firearms for the military.
Mhm.
And
That's why Beretta USA came here in the '80s, and then
mhm,
you had Glock came in the same time period. They never won an actual military contract yet, but they got
mhm,
close.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
hmm?
which is weird. Beretta
Yeah, it's
won
very
in the
weird.
'90s, and they beat out all the other companies that had put guns up for them. And then later on, Springfield and Glock just had the last one when not Springfield Sig won. That was a head-to-head thing, and now
Hmm.
Glock has been on the law enforcement throughout the nation. You check every holster. Um, for what's it called, Safari Land, and almost 85 to 90% of the holsters that they make for law enforcement are for Glocks
Mm,
across the
wow.
nation. Yeah.
So, and now we go to shotguns because everybody wants a shotgun for home defense. They think they need one,
Mhm.
and it's a good
Mhm.
rifle to have, as a third, but not a primary. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because you can never carry enough shotgun ammo. I mean, it's very difficult to carry shotgun ammo to begin with. You got to have the cards. If it's not a magazine fed shotgun, you got to have the cards, and mostly you can only put, what is it, 6 rounds in the cards. So you'll
Mhm.
have to change your whole carry system to a card system, or you'll just have 12 rounds in one card pouch. And the card is it's a magazine and it's got a slide in it, and you can put shotgun shells on each side, and it's just a card. So what happens? You'll pull the card out and just take the shells off and load it in. Then you can stick the card back in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But nowadays,
Yeah.
especially if you look at the two gun guys, they're running where they actually grab four inside. I don't know
That's
if
not
it's
gonna
just guys
that's
have
not
big
gonna
hands.
work in real life.
I understand
You
what
know
you're
what I'm
saying,
saying?
but those cards will take
Yeah.
you even much longer than that. And I've
Right.
seen
But
some
if
guys that are really good at
I
snatching those
understand the
rounds
gear
off.
that they're wearing, but if they're running and jumping and moving around, they're gonna lose rounds. Yeah, because they bump up against something, a tree
Yeah,
branch or a
have you
car.
seen it?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know if
I've
you've seen
seen
the new
those.
stuff.
Is that
Yeah,
the ones
it's pretty
is that the
rugged.
one that Mitlick designed that they sit sideways and go into a
You can configure them anywhere you want.
hmm, okay. Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
Glock.
I hear what you're saying, but there are options out there.
Right.
3P10.
WK said Glock is used by the Navy SEALs, FBI, CIA, NSA, and
They
other
haven't won a military
operation units in the
contract.
military. Right.
They haven't won a military contract, is what I said.
No, and they still and still the 1911 45 automatic pistol. And remember back in
Yeah,
the 80s,
individually, right?
WKs, the SEALs used to use the SIG, you know. I can't remember which one. And yeah,
This
um yeah. And yeah, they were using SIGs back in the day because I remember
one.
we was gonna go and play with some SIGs with them one day on one of their ranges down in San Diego. And
Right.
it never did pan out.
This guy right here.
Oh yeah, that's
With
what I was talking about. Yeah,
right.
that's yeah. Those are 6 and a thing, and you can mount those on a vest or
Hmm.
belt.
Right.
Yeah.
And you see, look, they must have got wind of what you were talking about. They're out of
Hmm.
stock.
$29.75. That's a good price.
Yep.
That
Hmm.
is a very good price. So think about those guys when you go
Hmm.
get you some shotgun carrier, because you're gonna need to carry some extra magazines for the shotguns. So and don't be putting. I saw a guy do a video today. He was saying everybody needs to get you need to get you a good rifle. He had a flashlight. He had a gigantic what he had on, some type of optic. I forgot the optic. It was a military optic he had on, and the optic alone was almost $1,000. And he had um then he said you need a plate carrier, and this plate carrier you got to have 3 magazines on your plate carrier. 3 magazines is not enough to have on your plate carrier. You got to have 7 or 6. You know what I'm saying? And just look at, if you don't believe me, look at the Israelis tac gear. Those guys got magazines for days. You know what I'm saying? You can never have enough ammunition. So then he was talking about you gotta have a battle belt. Battle belt had no pistol, no secondary, no magazine. He had a medical kit on there and a cat tourniquet and looked like a pocket knife or something on there. It was like, come on, dude. I was like, man, dude, I told him, I said, dude, you ain't carrying enough ammunition, man. I mean, come on, man. That was then I said, you got a whole bunch of junk on. Oh, I think he had a laser rangefinder on his red dot on his
Was he
AR.
calling on artillery?
Yeah, he's calling artillery. And I was like, I was saying, you got too much stuff on your rifle. You don't have enough ammunition on your plate carrier, but and I said, I mean, it's a good start that you did that, but it's like, dude, I mean, what are you gonna do, man? You know?
Right. But what about these guys that get these rifles, as you were mentioning, right? And some of these rifles are 10 to 12 pounds without anything on it.
And they never carried them for a whole day.
They don't understand.
Never carried them for a whole
They don't
day.
understand.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we do three courses. We're out there all day all together, right? And I'm pretty much scaled down. The AK is, pretty tight, but the rest of the stuff is nothing on there. And after midday, you feel it across because you don't do this every day. When we
Mhm.
do it on 2 or 3 day classes, you get used to it and it's over. But these guys don't understand. 10 pounds, a 10-pound rifle, and then add flashlight, magazine, fully loaded magazine, and any other
Yeah,
thing
and
that
you
you
make
think you
and what
need.
they do, they make the AR nose heavy. So now you're fighting weight to keep this thing up every time you shoot. This you might as well take a broomstick and put a 5 pound weight on it and do this every day.
Yep. That's
Because
the only way.
it's yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, come on, dudes, lighten your rifles, make them as light as possible. Keep
Exactly.
this and just keep an optic on it and
Yep.
go for put a sling on it if you want to put a sling on it and run it just like that,
Right.
and you go from there. And
What's up, Strap House?
yeah, so WK said was the SIG 226.
I think
Yeah,
he
it
was
was the SIG
continuing
226 that the
other
Navy
one.
SEALs was using in the 80s. Yeah, but it
Right.
changed over to the Glock 19 and 17. Yep. Uh, I think that they lost the contract with SIG, and that's why I think they changed over or something. Or I think it was a magazine capacity, you know, and that's why it changed over. Because think the SIG 226 didn't carry enough ammunition in it. You know what
There's
I'm saying?
15 rounds.
Yeah, but the Glock 17.
Right. But
One
I'm
of the
saying
change.
19 is
Yeah.
15 to 17.
Yeah. So it's more ammunition.
And
Easily.
226 is a big gun.
Right. Hey, what's up, Strap House? How you doing, man? And so you gotta condense it down. Then you guys are looking at plate carriers and all this other stuff.
hmm
Let me let me tell you a little secret, guys. You're not gonna have time to put your plate carrier on if you're out in the real world. You know what I'm saying? So if you got time to put your plate carrier on, you're really not in it. You know what
You
I'm
might as well
saying?
go home.
Yeah.
Go.
So that means you got to put the plate carrier over on, then go into it. And I would not do that as a civilian in civilian life, because now if you're white or you're dark like I am, I'm gonna be considered as a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? So guess what happens when law enforcement come on? They shooting everybody with plate carriers and rifles. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna do headshots. So you're not living through this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so you just have enough gear in your car, a rifle, some or a pistol with several magazines, 6 at least. So you'll have 3 for your initial and 3 more for backup. And then you'll have a rifle with 7 magazines and 7 magazines to back up. And because the backup is a resupply, because you're going to run out of ammunition if you have to get into an engagement. So you
So
have to
what
resupply yourself.
on a practical sense, in the next couple of days, say between Friday through Sunday, what advice would you give someone out there that should actually happen? Something happens in their area, not
What
directly in fact. Because when you said that, it made me think, and I'll tell you my 2.2 cents when you finish.
Oh, so something happened in your area. And are you in direct contact with it or
Do
no?
both. Do both.
Okay. So let's go with direct contact in it. If I'm in direct contact in it and I see what's going down and I'm carrying concealed, I'm dropping them. and because I have nothing to lose at that point. And so I'm going to shoot and keep shooting, grab their gear, they'll release their rifle, and try to stop as many as I can. I'm not going to go run around and searching for them. I'm going to hunker down. Okay. Because if you start exposing yourself and searching for them, you're going to come into the line of fire of law enforcement. So you got to be very careful of that. And so,
That, there you go.
right,
Yep.
you have to be very careful of that. So
Yeah, keep going.
I will hunker down where I'm at and fight from there. Okay. And I can't save everybody. I can only save myself and whoever's around me, and we'll just stay right here. And if I'm in a store, I'll hunker down right there and we'll fight from that store. You know what I'm saying? And um, if I'm not in it and I saw it happen, let's say I saw it happen
There you go.
within 100 yards of me. Okay. I am not going to go toward that 100 yards. I only have a pistol. I do not have a rifle. They're going to have rifles. And so I am not going to win that fight coming up. And possibility, I'm probably going to get gunned down by the police trying to get to that fight. You know what I'm saying? And so I will go and hunker down. If I can get out of the area, I will leave. And but it's not your job to be that hero until it's time for you to be that hero. So don't put yourself in harm's way because they don't know at that point who's the good guy and who's the bad guy, especially if you unleash that gun, because people are going to start calling that 911 call on you now. And now you're going to be identified. You're going to be, and when they get there, the last thing they're going to hear was that black man with a firearm. He's wearing some type of grayish looking shirt and shorts. And as soon as I step out in their way, I'm down. And they're going to, you know what I'm saying? So those are my 2 cents on that.
So that's good because that I concur with the first one a lot. The second one I agree, but at the same time I would be at this point. I think that we have to add in what we would imagine would happen. I think communications are going to go down for the government, and they're not going to be able to communicate with one another, and that's going to make it even more chaotic. And if that's the case, now you got police officers out here trying to do the best that they can, and it's going to be hellfire because they're not going to be able to call in, a black shirt or a green shirt or shorts or sweatpants or whatever it is that the person's wearing. So now they're going to be individuals, and at that point, they're going to be pockets of good, bad, and indifferent, and that's the problem that we're going to have.
We don't know which pocket is which.
See, that's my point, and that's
because they're not going to be able to communicate with each other. So you're going to get some blue on blue. Yeah,
think what we just saw, especially blue that are not on duty, and these guys are, they got the mentality. I've taken an oath. I'm sworn, and I'm in between military guys that are on off duty or out and about on leave, as well as your law enforcement guys, and then they show up and nobody knows who they are. If that's what they want. They want when 9/11 occurred, I couldn't reach anybody in New York. The phones are still, and the system wasn't down; it was overloaded. Right? That's
the phone system just went down everywhere. Yeah,
right. But they didn't. There wasn't what I mean is, it wasn't a targeted event to say we're going to take communication down. What happened was everyone tried to get on the back then cell phone, and when they did that, this line just said, "Nah, we ain't holding this." So we couldn't reach out.
We see that in local municipalities when they have earthquakes and stuff. The 911 call center goes down. Because there's so many people trying to call in. You know what I'm saying?
And see, and that's the thing. What you said in that second part is maintaining, and you can't save everybody. We have a mentality. I think us. I know you do, and I've seen myself where I have to pull myself back. Where we become the savior. That we are the hero in our show, and you're going to do things, but you have to find somewhere inside that says pull back, take an assessment of what's going on, and like you said, hunker down. If you can retrieve and do a field retrieval, take it, make sure it works, because if you don't trust your life on this, he may have been a decoy. And some of these psychos are decoys, and they'll be running around with some shit they don't shoot or an airsoft gun.
Could be an airsoft gun.
Exactly. You got to make sure, because you may have conquered this little battle here, but then as you try to move on with this piece of crap, you're better off going back to what you started with.
Right. But you can take that piece of crap and give it to somebody else who said they are capable. And I wouldn't, and I'll give it to them. So now we got 2 guns instead of 1.
I hear what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I want to make sure. I mean, my thing is, maybe I read too much, but I know and I've heard of potentials where they're diversions, and they have the mental authority over their minions to tell them to go take this known plastic toy replica and run down the street as though something was happening. So when everybody goes this way, they're coming from the opposite direction.
That's really has happened.
See,
that's really has happened.
That's my point. And that's why when it comes to, we're gonna feel great. You drop this fool, and then all of a sudden you get up there and this thing got little yellow or white, green BBs coming out of it. And it's like, wow, So and then on top of that, who are your real allies? Like you said, somebody that says they're capable. Like I know. How many times have we been out there and talked to guys and they were talking about all this military stuff, and then we get out there and this dude was a cook.
Yeah.
Or a driver. A transportation guy. And it's like, okay, so, I did this when I was in boot camp.
Right.
Dude, that's 17 years ago.
Right. Boot camp.
So that's another thing, we're capable. And again, as we were just talking about, everyone that I speak to that tells me about guns, I believe you're a gun owner. Whether you can shoot or not is a whole nother story. And I'm one of those people that show me.
Right. Yeah. If you throw that person that gun, and if they don't clear it and charge it and look at it and be ready to go, if now you give it to them and they just look at it like, yeah, I'm ready, take it back.
So you go that way. I got you coming out of here. I got you. I'm going this way.
Just take it back. Somebody else know how to operate this, because this person right here do not. You know what I'm saying? Because if I give it to you, first thing you need to do is open that chamber and see if it's running the chamber. Drop that magazine and tap it and see if it's ready to go. Then put it back in there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that, I know you're not capable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like Strap House said, he would be very reluctant to be a hero. He just want to get my folks out of the danger zone. And there's another problem too. If you're not immediately to your car with your folks, and you're going to pull a gun out and try to get your people out of an enclosed area. Let's say if you caught at the clothing store with your family, now your car is in the parking lot. Now you're going to pull your gun to get your family out of that building, out to your car, to get into that car. Now, knowing it's chaos on the street, people running around, people going around, cops are coming, cars are probably just driving erratic and crazy. So you just take your people out of secure area, try to get them to your car, which is not secure, unlock, get in, your gun's out. Police roll up on the scene, and the first thing they're going to think is you got hostages. Guess what? You're getting dropped.
Well, think about this. In that same setting that you just said, it may not even be a cop that shoots at you.
Oh, it could be another CCW person.
Yeah, another Dudley Do-Right. Somebody they see somebody, you running around, you got a gun in your hand, and you're doing all this stuff because that's what you think is good, and all of a sudden, out of blue, you get shot. Like because the person's not going to announce themselves.
No, they're gonna.
That's the thing.
That's they're gonna drop
thing. Yep.
Right. And like WK said, hit the thumbs up button, guys, on YouTube and Rumble, please. We got you guys on YouTube and Rumble. You guys are doing an excellent job of watching the show. And but I need you guys to hit the thumbs up on both of those channels because it helps us in the algo. You know what I'm saying? So you can't go wrong on that. And so you got to be very careful about doing that because we have had several incidents. We had an active shooter, and a lot of you guys don't realize we had an active shooter it was in Texas areas, and it was a young black man who was a concealed carrier. He was a veteran, and it was a mall that the active shooter was in, and he got gunned down by the cops, and everybody wondered why. Why? Because he had his gun out and they thought he was the active shooter, and they killed him. And nothing ever happened to the police officer because they didn't know. It was a lack of communication thing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really watch. I mean, because the new rules with police officers, when they come on scene, they shoot anybody that's a threat. If you have a firearm, you will be shot. There's no more announcing, police, drop your gun. It's your threat, and they're going to shoot you. And if they got a long gun, a rifle, it's going to be a headshot, and they're coming for you. You're not going to survive it, you know?
Right.
And so that's what you got to be very careful of that, because a lot of the police officers are carrying ARs. And if they're lousy shooters with pistols, those ARs with those red dots are making them better shooters. So you got to really watch yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the same thing that you just announced about the guy that happened in Texas, it's happened numerous times with blue on blue. So imagine if they're shooting each other, they're definitely gonna take you and me out.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, because it's a very chaotic and the constriction, and you thought you could see this much, and you start to see just this much. So you see a person with a gun, and that's a threat. There's no, let's see what he's doing. Let's give him a chance. Because
I wouldn't even draw my gun. I wouldn't even draw my gun until I have a clear shot, because I know I can get off the holster and the rail real fast and hit what I need to hit.
See what you just said? See what you said? You know that ahead of time. This is the reason why I don't discuss that kind of stuff with the average person, because the average person is just a gun owner. You're not a gunslinger. Gunslingers, when you get out on the range and you show me what you can do, then I'll agree with you that you're a gunslinger. Up until that point, you're just a gun owner. And maybe a toter. Maybe you tote guns around on a regular basis. That's cool.
In your pocket, on your hip, hanging off your pocket.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. And then wonder why these people are running up and grabbing their guns off of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
No retention whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like all I'm saying is don't expose yourself if you don't have to until you know the shooting's about to start. Because once I expose myself, I'm taking the shot.
Yeah, you have to. What's that? The no man's land.
Right. I'm taking the shot, and we're gonna deal with it from there. Yeah. And because there's no reason to just pull your gun out and be sitting there, because you know you're gonna have Karen and Barbara and Shamika gonna be like, we have a black man over here, hunker down. I think he's one of the terrorists. And he's just waiting. He's gonna ambush you guys. He's sitting over here wearing this and wearing. All right, okay, we'll be right there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And the other thing is, at that point, those photographer vests come in real handy. You know, they make fun of us with wearing the IDP.
Yeah, but then you got an ITB. No, don't do that. You might as well get one of those. Get one of those cross purses and carry that, because you're telling everybody. Every time I see a guy with those IDPA vests, I know he has a gun.
Right, but at this point, it's hidden.
Yeah, but I still know he has a gun. You know what I'm saying?
If he doesn't expose it.
We're a big shirt.
I would rather. That's me. I'm not going to wear an IDPA vest neither.
And it's sometimes it's too hot for that. You know,
okay,
and you look stupid.
Did I send it to you? I didn't send it to you. I'll send it to you, and you'll see what I'm talking about later.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the FUD that comes to the rescue is what it is. He's wearing an IDPA vest, photographer vest, fishing vest, whatever you want to call it, and he's got his MAGA hat on, and he ends the day with a 45 in 1911 and 45 ACP the way it's supposed to be. I'll show it to you.
Okay. Answering a text.
Okay.
Doing all types of work in the background.
Because we're still getting the final preparations for Sunday.
I will be doing the head count list tomorrow. Let's see. So far we got the range rules. We're up. range rules, and oh yeah, range stages and range rules are up, and so I'm still picking some more stages because I got to up the round count. Right now I have it at 100 and something, and so we're gonna up the round count a little bit. So I'm probably gonna put some bigger stages in, take the little stages out, because we're not having Pro 2A Tactical is not going to be there Sunday, you guys. There's some internal issues going on, and so they're not going to be there at all. So we're going to make a full day of nothing but shooting and having fun. So so we're gonna have some probably some bigger stages going on, and so you guys can get a bigger round count and have a lot of fun. I didn't want to do a lot of movement because we might have some new people out there, but we might as well go ahead and we can probably do some stationary. A lot of station. It's a lot of stationary, bigger stages we can do. I have some I need to pull up and go from there. And but the movement stuff, I didn't want to do a lot of movement with new people. So, and but if we have to, we'll go through it. You know what I'm saying? So
we've been there before.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. So also there's not going to be a show on Saturday night. So this is a show for the week because I have too much stuff to do between now and Sunday. And I just won't have the time to do a show. And I think Al's got a bunch of stuff to do too. And but we'll be there Sunday from 10 a.m. I'll be there 8:30 in the morning, starting to set up and getting things prepped up. And I'm gonna probably bring my Glock 34, my 9mm with an RMR on it, and maybe a backup gun. You know what I'm saying? And that's always my favorite go-to gun. You know what I'm saying? And
sweet shooting gun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is a very sweet shooting gun, and I love it. So, other than that, man, you got anything, Al?
Yeah, just reach out to somebody and introduce them to Saber Team as well as the Two Alphas Talk. Share us with somebody. That's all we ask.
Mm-hmm.
We're building, and we get the momentum, and we got a lot of folks that watch more so than they actually interact with us, and that's cool. Mm-hmm. Just share us with somebody.
Right, we got a lot of ninja watchers.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Thank you for watching, though. I mean, our numbers really go crazy over on the Rumble side, and it really is amazing that you guys are watching the show.
We're still trying to get past 17 clicks. 17
right,
subscribers or whatever they call them over there. It's like
it's rough, man. It's rough.
But then you got 1,700 hours of vision in 1 month. Like somebody's watching this.
Yeah,
they're just not clicking on it.
Right. Yeah. So we got our either our haters are watching or our lovers are watching, but everybody's watching this show, and we appreciate it. And this give us a little bit more love. It's not costing you a dime to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. It's not costing you a thing. Other than that, everybody who signed up, we'll see you guys on the range on Sunday. We will be recording some of the events, and we'll probably have a mini show out there too, and talk about something. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And the
camaraderie of all the spectrum coming together and enjoying Second Amendment rights.
Right. It'll be a pre-recorded show that will air on next Thursday, and Thursday will be our only show because we won't be having the show that Saturday. So, because I got to go out of town. And other than that, guess we'll see you in the range.
See you on the range, guys.
All right. Hey.